Alright, so Reese wants to learn how to play Kerbal Space Program. So we're going to start a new game here in science mode just for fun. I think that's kind of the most fun over sandbox or career mode.
Welcome to Reese Gerren Internet. My dad. I talk a lot. My dad.
That's right. So on any science mode playthrough, kind of the first thing that you want to do is go into the assembly building, or the VAB for short, and you'll see here we got to accept some basic opening information and then start building a rocket. So kind of the first thing that you'll see here is a a piece or a component, which is the upper section of our rocket ship, which is going to allow us to have somebody riding on it.
This is the part 1.
That's right. Yep.
Then the part 2.
That's right. Yeah, we don't. All right, so the next step here is we have multiple types of fuel tanks that we're going to be able to get once we get a little bit further progressed in our science mode playthrough here. But for our cases right now, we are only having options for the flea solid rocket booster. So we're going to attach that with a clipping tool to the lower section of our spacecraft here.
Welcome to 29 minutes. Between the 29 minutes, my dad tried to do it. It might be 29 minutes. 29 minutes or 41 seconds. 29 minutes, 41 seconds.
There you go. And there's a couple more components that we need here early on in the game. So the first thing that we're really doing is just trying to get some preliminary science, which is going to help us unlock the science tree. So what I'm going to select here is wings. I'm going to grab the side panels, and it's just a basic fin. So I'm going to hit X, which is going to change our clipping style here. And then we're going to change the amount, or sorry, C for the clipping style, and then X is going to pick the number of fins that we need. Now, your kind of first idea is probably going to be to put a bunch on it. Really, we're just trying to keep this rocket flying straight, so let's just go with 4. For radial symmetry here, you'll see we've got 4 fins. Looks good. And kind of the next thing that we need to grab is some science. So the main mission in this game playthrough is just to collect science. So what we have here is a mysterious mystery goo containment unit, and what that's going to do is give us an opportunity to collect some science. Now, a lot of people get really sweaty in this game and try to min-max and optimize. What I'm just going to do is put 4 units on the spacecraft so that we have the least amount of clicks, sweat, lord, rush to get through this. And then the last piece of this component is our parachute. All right.
Yeah, but between the parachute and land into the ground is low. Maybe no, please.
All right, and then what you can see here down on the lower right hand side is a meters per second of delta V measurement. That's going to give us 683 meters per second in this configuration, as well as a parachute staging.
We haven't make it fast. So fast, maybe go a second and a minute. Maybe 2 minutes and 20.
That's right. Now, in other playthroughs, if you're trying to really maximize what you're doing here, you might want to take Jebediah out and put in a scientist instead, or excuse me, an engineer instead. Now, this engineer is going to be able to collect the science from the pod, but also reset the containers so that you can reduce the amount of drag on your craft and the amount of pieces and parts that are also on your craft For bigger builds, I think this is recommended, and then either for like interstellar, or I should say interplanetary travel, it's kind of important as well. But for this, we're just going to roll with Jebediah. We'll change his little outfit here, kind of like this one, just is probably more colorful. So we'll roll with that. Now,
I started in first grade at 7 years old.
Mhm.
You're all people.
That's right. Yeah. So we're pretty much done here. I'm not going to save this craft. I'm just going to go ahead and launch it.
And we send it to outer space.
Not quite yet. So the first thing that we're going to do is go on an EVA with Jeb. What this does is just an external exploration type, and this is going to give us two options here. We're going to be able to take a surface sample. Or again, read this if we want to. The surface is charred and coated with burnt rocket propellant. There are also trace amounts of a conspicuous green substance. All right, great. Yep. So we'll hit the green button to maintain that, and then also do an EVA report.
And maybe we doing the orange shoot because it maybe save our lives. Even the rocket ship, that's all by space.
That's right. So we're doing an EVA report from the launch pad. I don't think a spacesuit was entirely necessary to get here, was it? So anyway, we'll accept that one. And now, what some people do is return to the vehicle assembly building and go ahead and submit that science, unlock some more stuff. But again, we're not trying to do a super fast playthrough. Just kind of getting an idea how the game is played. So while we're landed at the launch pad, which is its own biome, we'll observe the mystery goo also. And from the observation location at the launch pad for the mystery goo, the goo doesn't seem to be doing much right now. And we'll keep that experiment. And again, this one has been consumed now. And because we have a pilot style Kerbal, we're not able to reset this. This is why we have 3 others available for us. So now we're pretty much ready to go. I generally hit F5 to save. We do quick saves and quick loads with F5 and F7 in this game. But for my use, what we're going to do is just turn our camera so that our nav ball is below us, however you want. We kind of just put the flag on that side and we go in the direction the wind is blowing. In this case, it's east, and this is the best launch path for escaping Kerbal. Now, at this amount of delta V, we're not going to get anywhere close, but we will be able to get to a different biome and get some more science. Generally, we could go toward the ocean at its own biome, or we could go towards the mountains or in the hills over there. So let's just do that. So what I'm doing here is just slightly tapping S, and I'm not sure at the moment that I'd leaned it over enough to even get us there. So just a quick pivot, but what you can see is that we will be escaping the launch pad biome in an effort to get some more science.
And maybe press E to go inside there because I don't know which button I press to go inside there. Now.
We're going to take a crew report. Grab that while we're in there. We're also going to go on an EVA, and hopefully we don't fall off because we're going to also take an EVA report while flying. Hit B to board back quickly so we don't die, and we're just going to throw our parachute out.
Why are we not going to outer space?
Because right now we don't have enough propellant in our rocket ship to get us to outer space.
We have to make it bigger.
That's right. But in order to do that, we need to get more science.
Okay.
So we're working on getting science right now.
Okay.
Hotkeys to speed up right now are the comma and period key. So I'm just going to period key over to speed up. Now we're getting close to landing. Again, we're over the water now, so what we can do is just EVA, make sure that we're getting everything that we possibly can. Now I'm going to, one of the kind of annoying parts about this is we need to take our data each time we do an EVA report and each time we do a crew report. Now what that was telling us right there was that we did not have new data and it was duplicating it. All right, cool. So we did not do, I'm using E to rotate. What's up? All right. Mm. So from here, we'll just observe the mystery goo container because we're in a new biome, splash down in the water. And again, now that we are in a new biome, we'll do an EVA report, splash down in Kerbin's waters. Here in the shores. I don't think a spacesuit was entirely necessary. We are in a different biome, but we did get the same verbal prompt. I'm also going to take a surface sample of the water. You've taken a sample of water here. There are bits of vegetation in it, suggesting a strong likelihood that there is land nearby. Interesting. I wonder if he could see that. So now, because of where we're at, we're not playing a hardcore playthrough or anything like that. We can go up to the space center all in the top, or our altitude meter, and if we hover over it, it will drop us down, and we can recover our vessel. Cool. We have some science, approximately 47.7 science earned here. Next, which is enough to unlock some more nodes on our research and development area, which is going to give us access to better rockets. So from here, we'll go to our R&D department and get our first view of our tree here. And this is just progression. Each one costs a little bit more science. But for here, we'll grab basic rocketry, which is going to give us access to a larger solid rocket booster. Different.
We stop a second and show